Once, in a sun-drenched land of simple stone and vibrant clay, there lived an old, weathered water-bearer. Every single morning, as the first light touched the peaks, he would rise, shoulder his yoke, and begin the long journey. He did not walk alone. Two large pots, crafted from fine fired ceramic, were his companions. They were massive things, essential for his trade. Yet despite being made from the same earth, they were profoundly different. One pot, you see, was perfect, sturdy, symmetrical, and whole. When the bearer dipped it deep into the cool, clear water of the distant stream, it held every drop. Not a single drip was lost on the long journey back to the master's house. But the other pot carried a burden. It had a vertical, jagged fracture running down its left side. When the stream was far behind, the perfect pot would remain full, but the cracked pot, try as it might, would slowly, inevitably weep. By the time they reached the master's courtyard, a journey that tested even the strongest man, the inevitable outcome was always the same. The perfect pot proudly delivered its full measure, gleaming in the sun. The cracked pot arrived weary and defeated, only half full. For 2 long years, this daily cycle repeated. The perfect pot grew arrogant, taking pride in its flawless service. It was designed for a purpose, and it fulfilled it flawlessly. The cracked pot, however, grew consumed by a deep and silent shame. It felt worthless. Every drip that leaked onto the path felt like a betrayal of the water-bearer's trust. The cracked pot focused only on its flaw, convinced that its imperfection defined its entire existence. It believed it was failing day after day. In its own mind, it was no longer a vessel. It was a mistake, a useless, broken thing that only caused extra work. While the other pot was celebrated, the cracked pot withered in the silence of its perceived failure. It carried the heaviest load of all, the burden of inadequacy. Finally, after 2 years of silent sorrow, the cracked pot could bear the weight of its shame no longer. One morning, just after they had filled both pots at the stream, it spoke. Its ceramic voice cracked like dry earth. "I must apologize to you," the cracked pot whispered. The bearer stopped. "Apologize for what?" he asked gently. "For my flaw," the pot continued. "Because of this jagged crack, half the water leaks out before we ever reach the master's house. Your hard work is wasted because of me." "I am a failure," the pot said, the water weeping faster now. "I am sorry that my imperfections have caused you so much trouble." The water-bearer listened, his expression softening further, a knowing smile touching his lips. The old man simply shook his head. "Today, as we return," he instructed, his voice as calm as the morning air, "I want you to look closely. I want you to observe the path not as I see it, but as you have made it." The pot was confused, but complied. And so, for the first time in 2 years, the cracked pot looked. On its side of the path, where previously there was only dry dust, a miracle was unfolding. A vibrant ribbon of life stretched before it. The cracked pot saw countless wildflowers, tiny blooms of gold and violet, growing specifically along the trail where its leaking water had fallen. The other side of the path, however, the side walked by the perfect pot, remained dry and barren. A sense of wonder replaced its shame. The old man smiled as they walked. "Did you notice that the flowers grew only on your side of the path? You see, I have always known about your flaw. I recognized it years ago. The old man explained. Instead of trying to hide your flaw, I decided to use it. Every single morning, while you thought you were wasting your water, I planted flower seeds along that dry patch of earth. And every single day, without fail, you watered them for me. The old man's voice was soft as he concluded the revelation. Without your crack, without your imperfection, we would never have had this beautiful landscape. It is because of your crack that these flowers exist, bringing color and joy to everyone who travels this way. The pot listened, stunned, as its entire view of itself changed. The cracked pot had spent years focused on what it lacked, utterly blind to what it was creating. What it perceived as its greatest failing, its inability to hold all the water, was actually its unique gift to the world, a gift that created beauty where nothing else could grow. And this is the truth for all of us. We are all, in our own ways, cracked pots. We all carry flaws, imperfections, and burdens that we wish we could erase. We focus so intently on our weaknesses that we often miss the unique beauty our very cracks are capable of creating. Perhaps your struggle with anxiety gives you a profound empathy for others that the whole cannot provide. Perhaps your failure in business taught you resilience that a success story could never offer. Our struggles, our flaws, and our setbacks are not waste. They are the very water that nourishes the flowers of our character. The key to happiness and self-worth is not to wait until we are perfect to value ourselves. Perfection is an illusion. True self-worth is found when we accept our flaws, trust the process, and recognize the flowers we create. You are not a mistake. You are not defined by your imperfections. You are a unique vessel of experience. Embrace your crack. Let your water flow and trust that the path you walk is blooming because of you. Be patient, be thankful, and keep moving forward in life.